While going for a trek, when you eat Maggie, please ask the empty Maggie packet from the dhaba wala guy, so that you can easily take it back to the city and dispose it. But they can't really do that, because eventually it will end up in a landfill, or they'll burn it, or eventually in a river body. So basically, these are small things, but very effective. Hi guys, I'm Pradeep Sangwan, and what I do and my organization do is we track and clean for a purpose. And the beautiful organization, it's called Healing Himalayas Foundation, where we invite volunteers from all across the globe and also engage local communities. They come out and participate with us, and then we eventually track and clean. So for us, social media has been a very powerful tool, and most of our volunteers come and join us via social media. We promote our work through social media, and for the same, we make a small calendar for ourselves, half-yearly calendar from March till mid-June or end of June, and in which people can volunteer. And then there's another calendar that we make post-monsoon. So these are two calendars that we make through which volunteers can participate. They can align their traveling processes or trekking processes accordingly. For the last 5 years, I've been promoting trekking for a purpose. Earlier, I was a roamer, wanderer. I didn't know what to do exactly other than trekking, and then seeing the plastic pollution all around, all across the Himalayas, Trans Himalayas, Lower Himalayas. Then I thought of this project called Healing Himalayas, and then nothing else I could do right now, because most of my time and energy is consumed to protect our beautiful Himalayas. So usually while going up for a trek, we collect all the trash. Mainly we find plastic bottles, MLP, multi-layered packaging, plastic waste. And then on the way we pick it up, store it at one location along the route, and while coming back we bring it back to the base village, and from there we transport it to the nearest facility. In the process we engage mainly our volunteers. Currently we are focusing on Khirganga trek route, and another is Shrikhand Mahadev. There are a couple of other small city tracks or hikings which are very famous, so that's where we also go. And yes, so collected waste we transport it to the nearest facility. But this year onwards we started a new project in which we started building these small scale waste collection centers, or in technical language you can call them material recovery facilities. So the first waste collection center that we are building is coming up in Kinnor. It's a small village called Raksham, and we were hoping to build 3 of these waste collection centers, but because of COVID and these uncertain times, we had to delay our projects. And so next year we're going to build another 2. So the significance of these MRFs, or waste collection centers, is that we don't need to really transport our waste immediately. We have a place to store our waste and eventually add it to the value chain. Now we are moving on to some projects such as making or building these waste collection centers. For that we need to identify land, or a location which is suitable for all the villages nearby. So that is one of the most difficult processes. And yeah, so we are kind of getting successful at it also, but yeah, it's very challenging to first build a waste collection center, and before that finding a land, and then eventually engaging local communities and educate them to segregate their waste. So the whole process is difficult, so it has to be done step by step. So initially it was getting volunteers for the work that I was doing. Initially it was very difficult for me to find like-minded people, or warriors I would say, who can come and participate in the Himalayas and do the noble cause. It was difficult initially, but with continuous efforts people started joining. By the end of 2017, from 1 to 10, then 20, and at 25 now, we don't take more than 25 volunteers. So this is the whole ideology behind Healing Himalayas, that once you come to us, you learn a lot and then go back and apply that in your life. We must focus on these alternatives, especially removing single-use plastic, plastic cutlery, plastic bottle, plastic straw, simple things, but very effective. Because most of the time when we find any sort of garbage, that's mainly single-use plastic. While trekking, you can always carry your own bottle. You can refill the water from anywhere. There are bottles with filters inside it, so you don't have to worry about what the source is. Or because for outsiders, the Himalayan water is maybe a bit heavy, so they can't really digest it. But these bottles will help you. So I think you don't really need to come down and participate with us all the time. There are so many activities that you can do in your surroundings. There are so many things that you can just do it just by changing your lifestyle or habits. You can make so much of difference. And yes, if you want to participate, you're more than welcome. You come and learn, and see the conditions of the Himalayas, where you least expect the garbage, and you'll find it there. There's a saying in the mountains that just follow the plastic and you'll reach your destination. It's a very sad saying, by the way. So we don't want our hills or our track routes to become like that. So I think first you learn, educate yourself, adapt to those habits, and then eventually teach others also. Because once you know that what kind of impact your small and simple habit can do, you can always teach others also. That's also very important, because it is always better to share. So yeah, this is a very simple message. Wherever you are, try and utilize our resources meaningfully. And when you come down to the mountains, please travel and trek purposefully.